Hey brothers and sisters, I wanted to play a short clip from financial expert Rebecca Walzer, and the question is, will America go digital in May of 2023? We know that the first crisis hit in 2020, and they're already projecting that another crisis, a financial crisis, will hit here in the future, but how soon will this happen? We are seeing that there's a beta testing going on right now with the digital currency. So I wanted to play this clip for you from Rebecca on her take on just how fast this is going to happen. And then at the end of the video, you can follow the link to the full interview that she had with Brandon House and just how much more we can glean from what's going on. I pray this is a blessing to you, and keep looking up. Jesus is coming.
So you can see very quickly how they eliminate the ability to actually store wealth and be independent. And that's the whole goal, is to get everybody into a system that they cannot buy or sell without this digital mark. But I will just caution you, because the 2030, there was a memorandum of understanding that was executed between the World Economic Forum and the United Nations in March of this year that sped up the 2030 agenda to 2023. We are already in beta testing as it stands right now with MasterCard and multiple banks for the digital dollar on the FedNow system, and it is supposed to be fully operational by May of this coming year. And they are moving this to next year. This is how they know they're about to the system is about to change in a big way, and so they are doing everything they can to push as much as they can, as fast as they can.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Ruach Hodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, because those are the men that I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Yahweh is the true name of the God of Israel. Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one and only true name is Yahushai. And pretty much this is a video I found last week, when it was uploaded, but now the spirit hit me to do a video. And pretty much what this woman is saying, she's saying that by May of 2023, which is a possibility, we don't know. We're not there yet, because you got to be careful of releasing information and putting dates on it. The scriptures say no man knoweth, the day nor hour when the Son of Man is going to come back, except the Heavenly Father only. The angels don't know, the prophets don't know exactly, but what we do have is the prophecies that's recorded in the scriptures, to be able to link the current events up with the Bible prophecies to understand the time period we're living in. But as far as actual dates, no man knows. It's just a day-by-day, month-by-month, year-by-year basis till something major happens, prophetic-wise. So if you want to check out this this interview, I'm going to open it up in Safari. It's on this website right here, theworldviewweekend.com. And this is what you're going to see on it. Okay. Is America going to digital currency in May of 2023? Now, keep in mind, they already have this 3-month pilot program. It's a 12-week thing. All right. But it's pretty much they test running things for 3 months with certain key banks. Now, the goal of the CBDC system that they're implementing throughout all countries, this will lead up to the RFID chip implant being made mandatory, because this currency is going to be on the chip. Remember, the chip is the actual, MARK of the beast, the MOTB. But when you read verse 17, what does it say? Buying and selling. Now that's dealing with what? A currency. So the currency, the one world currency, which will be a centralized currency issued by the central bankers. The central bankers, they run the Federal Reserve. All right. This currency is going to be on the MARK of the beast. And this is why you're not going to be able to buy or sell, at least you have it. So all these competitors, Bitcoin, Litecoin, all these different cryptocurrencies, whoever created these things, the central bankers are in the process of killing off these people. No matter what their status is, they're millionaires, billionaires, it doesn't matter. Because the central bankers, which are the biblical Edomites, according to the Bible, so-called white man in sea line, the so-called JEWs, they're the ones that's in rulership. All right? They want everybody to be under their system so that they can make you an everlasting slave, so that you can worship them as the God of Israel. All right? That's what they want. So now let's get into the scriptures. So this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time. What time period are we living in? We're living in the time period when Yahushua is getting ready to come back, AD. All right? Anno Domini, which is what? The year of our Lord. So we know the Lord is getting ready to come back because he gave the signs to, first and foremost, his 12 disciples that became apostles, and also for the believers, such as the blood moons, the rumors of war, World War III talks, thermonuclear missile talks, the MARK of the beast talks, which is the RFID chip implant. All right. The Edomites coming back into rulership, which is the so-called white man in sea line. Same ones that was ruling over Greece, Rome. Now they're ruling over America and the European Union because it was prophesied. Daniel, the 2nd chapter, 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, Matthew 24 and 3. There's plenty of scriptures to hint towards who the Edomites are. All right. It was prophesied that Esau, he will have dominion over the earth. Job 9 and 24, right? So when you look at these countries, they all have one thing in common. They all have central banks in it. Yeah, that nation's face may be on the money, but that system that they operate under, that's under the Edomites. All right? This is their banking system. This is how they control the world. You have a famous quote by Maya M. Shelbawa, which is the first Rothschild that started the Bank of England, and then his 5 sons, they went on into Europe to control the banking sector over there. He made this quote. He said that he doesn't care about who makes the laws. Let me be in control of the money. Because if you could control the money, you could control the nation. You could control the people. You can corrupt people. You can manipulate people to your liking for your agendas, right? So we know the Edomites is in power. This is their currency, the CBDC currency. But the Most High is using them for prophetic purposes, right? So Romans 13:11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. So this truth is only for the elect of the nation of Israel, pursuant to Romans 11 and 7. Not every Israelite is going to wake up to this truth. Who are the real Israelites according to the Bible? Who does Deuteronomy chapter 28 apply to? All right. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian sea line that's scattered through the 4 corners of the earth. We are the biblical Israelites. That's why so much controversy about us. All right. So now it's high time to awake out of sleep because we're almost at the end. Yahushua is getting ready to come back. But before Yahushua comes back, Matthew 5 and 18, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law. So there's certain prophecies that have to, take place on the planet Earth before the Lord comes back, such as Jacob's trouble, where people say all hell break loose, which is the global economic collapse, the persecution of Hebrew Israelites worldwide, right? The MARK of the beast being made mandatory throughout all countries, the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, as well as that state of Israel over there, by thermonuclear destruction, according to Ezekiel 38, Revelation 18, right? So there's certain things that have to come into effect, the martial law, the FEMA camps, right? So it says, now it is high time to awake out of sleep because the end is almost here, all right? You see them setting up the CBDC currency. They're going to do it faster than what you people think. Yeah, they have a 2030 agenda, but that doesn't mean that the God of Israel, Yahweh, is going to allow them to be in rulership that long. It could come to pass before that. As you can see, everything is being sped up at an alarming rate. Look how fast the year went by. So now it's high time to awake out of sleep. So it says, for now is our salvation. And salvation is only for the elect of the nation of Israel. Not every Israelite is going to believe in this truth and have faith on Yahweh and Yahushua. All right. So this, you read the comment board. You got people talking about this rapture doctrine, which, you know, Lord willing, I got to do a video on that. But, you know, just a bunch of Christian bullshit, all right? Salvation is only for the elect of the nation of Israel. Pursuant to Isaiah 45:17, Revelation the 7th chapter, it only mentions 12 tribes of the nation of Israel being delivered. All right, it doesn't mention the heathen nations. There's no biblical Bible verse that says that an actual heathen Gentile seed can be delivered when Yahawashi comes back. That's not in the Bible. All right, that's a man-made religion. So it says, for now is our salvation, the believers, right, nearer than when we believe. Yeah, because now, you know, brothers been in this truth for over 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, you know, 5 years. Shit, even a couple of months is a long time to be in the truth. All right. So now it's nearer than when we believe, because now we seeing these things that we've been prophesying through the Holy Spirit. Now we see it coming to pass. Now we can actually see, oh, this is what the prophet seen in his vision. Okay, now we're living through it. So now it's nearer than when we believe. Yahawashi is getting ready to come back. It says the night is far spent, and that time period is coming. John 9:4, when no man will be able to work, meaning what? We won't have to make our bodies a living sacrifice no more. All right, by going out in the streets and preaching, doing our videos, because the internet is going to be shut off. Martial law is going to be in effect. Oh, today I heard on the news while I was in the cab earlier, and they got like some thing going on with Mayor Adams or whatever, and they pretty much talking about these so-called anti-Semitic hate groups, which, you know, we know that's code phrase for the Israelite camps, you know. So they're going to pass some type of legislation to where we can't be on the streets no more. All right. So that time period is coming. The Lord is getting ready to withdraw his prophets, because all hell is going to break loose. There's going to be a global economic collapse. All right. So it says the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, meaning to what? Repent. All right. And this is for you Israelites. And let us put on the armor of light, which is faith. All right. Now let's get this. 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan, when you go into this word Satan, the word there is Satanas, and it's talking about what? A Satan-like individual. Now, who is the Satan-like man or the wicked on the planet Earth? Who is Satan's physical counterpart on the planet Earth? The so-called white man is Zebulon, pursuing the what? Malachi 1-4. The Edomites, all right, the same nation that was ruling over the Greek and Roman Empire. That's a rulership right now. That's why we're under their system. All right, they're the Satan-like people. They're the wicked. They're known as the border of wickedness. All right, look at the world under their rulership. Look how many people are suffering under their banking system, right? So it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And to be ignorant, it means to not know. We do know through the Holy Spirit, which we have through Yahawashi's blood and sacrifice, to be able to understand these prophecies, to have the gift of faith from Yahweh through Yahawashi, right? So that we don't bow down to this man's system. Because Yahweh through Yahawashi, he put the fear of the Lord within us. All right. So when you go into this word devices, 2 Corinthians 2:11, the word there is Naima. And what does it say? A mental perception, a thought, right? This man's agendas, right? An evil purpose. Yeah, what's the evil purpose? To plant you with a chip. But it's a buildup leading up to the MARK of the beast, which is the RFID chip implant. They're establishing their digital cashless society. All right. This is why they're going to step away from fiat currency. This is why they're going to put restrictions on society in the form of this one world currency, which is this CBDC, the central bank digital currency. All right. They're going to do away with any currency that's not centralized. They want a one world currency that flows from and through the Bank of England, that's ran by the central bankers only. All right. They don't want you people having freedom, money laundering, you know, doing things to where you're free, you know, when you could do things in like a kingly, godly way. You can't. They don't want that. They want you to be a slave. So it says an evil purpose, that which thinks the mind, thoughts, or purposes, which is going to lead you back to the word conspiracy. The word conspiracy, it means a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful, because it is unlawful and it is harmful, pursuing to what? Revelation 16:2. It said the ones that took the mark of the beast, they got a grievous sore. We actually go into that word sore. If I'm not mistaken, it says discharge and pus. So the ones that actually take this chip, that's what's going to happen. All right. And there's actually videos of that. You know, when a syringe, you know, they puncture your skin because it's an incision. You see the blood, you know, some people, they break out, they might get pus, right? But anyways, the secret plan in the group is who? The Edomites. The plan is to slowly convince you through gradualism to accept this chip as a thing of convenience, as a miracle, right? The action of plotting or conspiring. So this is the goal of the central bankers, the Rothschilds, which are the biblical Edomites, according to the scriptures. They want to implant you with a chip. But before they do that, they are causing a global economic collapse. All right. This is why you see negative interest rates. They want the banks to run out of money. All right. They want all hell to break loose so that they can come in with the solution. They're going to cause the problems, the false flag attacks, right? And they're going to come with their solutions that fit their agenda to microchip implant you. Okay. So now let's get this. So this is their plan. This is that 2030 agenda once again. All right. They want a one world government. They want a one world cashless currency. What is that? That's the Cbdc currency. All right. You ain't going to have a whole bunch of different currencies just looming around. You know, the central bankers say one thing and then now you got cryptocurrency. No, they're going to do away with cryptocurrency. That's why the scriptures say what? You're not going to be able to buy or sell. At least you have that RFID chip implant. Because what's on that RFID chip implant? The Cbdc. That's what's coming. That's what's next. All right. You scroll down. What does it say? Microchip society for purchasing, travel, tracking, and controlling. This is what they want. It's all about control with these people. Isaiah 14th chapter. They want to be like the Most High. All right. They're trying to be like the Most High through their technology, but they can never come close to it. So now I'm going to end it off with this. Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. And who is that? The elect of the nation of Israel. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. And patience is synonymous with what? Suffering. While we are waiting for these final prophecies to come to pass before the return of our Lord Yahushua, we have to suffer. There's things that we still have to endure. All right. Still got to pay bills. Still got to, you know, make money. You know, got to pay taxes. You still got to deal with mortal things. But also we got to deal with what? The persecution, right? The FEMA camps, the, you know, just suffering in general, bearing our cross. So it says, I also, this is Yahushua speaking, I also would keep thee from the hour of temptation. So if you're a guy that used to teach and then you stop teaching or now you're getting weak, the Lord is not going to protect you during Jacob's trouble because you wasn't loyal to him. You didn't keep the word of his patience. You turned your back on the Lord, right? Now the hour of temptation, let's go into this word temptation real quick.
Strong's G 3986, Pyrasmas. Pyrasmas.
It says an experiment, or attempt, trial, proven. So this is what the Most High is sending through men. The God of Israel, Yahweh, he's always in control of everything. Nobody can just do nothing out of their own free will because there's no such thing as free will. Pursuing to what? Proverbs, all right, the 16th chapter, Proverbs 20:24, right? The Most High is in control of the wicked, Psalm 17:13. We know the wicked, Malachi 1:4, is the Edomites, right? So it says, scroll down, the trial of a man's fidelity, integrity, virtue, constancy, and enticement to sin. Because that's what the so-called white man is going to do, the Edomites. They're going to cause a global economic collapse. He's saying, look, you ain't going to be able to buy or sell, at least you have this chip. So people are going to have to pick a side. Are you willing to suffer and possibly die in the name of Yahweh and Yahushua, or will you bow down to this man's system? And this is what the Most High is doing. All right, he's sending this trial or this experiment on the planet Earth to separate the chosen from the non-chosen, the believers from the non-believers. Because the non-believers, what are they gonna do? They're gonna do what they've been doing, just like how they took that ABC 19 shot. They're gonna take the chip. I guarantee you, any one of you people that took that shit, you definitely gonna take the chip. Because all he got to do is say, look, and this will happen. You can do absolutely nothing. Everything revolves around buying and selling. You getting paid your wages, buying essential and non-essential things, right? So all this revolves around buying and selling. You're not going to have a life. So watch how many people line up to take this chip. So this is what the Most High is doing. It says, of the conditions of things or a mental state by which we are enticed to sin, or to a lapse from the faith and holiness, adversity, affliction, trouble. The Most High is going to send Jacob's trouble, right? It says, sent by the Most High, servant to test or prove one's character, faith, and holiness. So that's why the scriptures say what? And then shall they be tried as gold in the fire, referring to what? The 1/3, the elect, all right? Because the Most High is going to test us by sending forth Jacob's trouble, by having that time period of the hour of temptation, all right, to prove ourselves to him, even if it involves death. Temptation, i.e. trial of the Most High by men, right? Rebellion. All right, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'll read it. Rebellion against the Most High, by which his power and justice are, as it were, put to the proof and challenged to show themselves. So that's what the elect is going to do. And we will overcome through the blood of the Lamb. Lord willing, I'm a part of the elect. So it says, which shall come upon all the world. Because the central bankers, they have central banks in all these countries. Everybody is operating under their system. So it's an easy thing for the Most High to use the Edomites, all right, to bring this hour of temptation forth. All right. It's going to come upon all the world, going back to the word oikomen in the Greek, talking about the whole entire inhabited planet Earth. So it's easy for them to do that. It says to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this CBDC is leading up to the RFID chip implant, which is the MARK of the beast, being made mandatory very soon. And it will be made mandatory faster than you can imagine. So Lord willing, you was edified by this lesson. Shalom.